right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Pierre Strong to return it from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. Good move at the 30. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Back to throw, Watson. That is caught, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Reed Blankenship delivering the hit.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now 2nd and 5. Here's Watson. He's got the connection to Moore. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Shoves him aside. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Look, we talk about second effort all the time, but in short yardage situations, you'd better have second effort in order to try and pick up a first down. And sometimes as a back, you have to be your own blocker too, don't you?
And we talk about running lanes. He made his own running lane right there with that power move. The tackle by Nakobe Dean.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And again, it's Chubb. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Watson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he takes this one back into the end zone.
Figure that out.
His defense gets a pick 6 TD. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And now Watson throws another interception. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about
you got no chance.
Coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
No way. No chance.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. That's to his running back Gainwell. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll get it inside the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. A 1st down carry for Barkley. A little juke. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Throwing is Hurts. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
They'll run with Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. You get down this deep, Charles, you hate to settle for a field goal. They roll the dice on 4th down, really just hoping to get that first. But as it turns out, they take it all the way into the end zone.
You mentioned that they took a little bit of a gamble there. Think about it this way. Most teams throw the ball in this situation in the NFL, so they really gambled with a running play, and boy, did it pay off. Pay dirt.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2nd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. An unfortunate sequence.
You gotta admit,
there, trying to get
I'm pretty good at this,
before
though.
Intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they
That was a
weren't
user
able to
alert.
capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later.
Nah.
They're begging their
You want me to
defense
clip it?
now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. Looking left side, and it's complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first half.
I pick my play first.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL.
Yes, I do.
On EA Sports. And we welcome you back now.
I'll tell you my
Charles
play.
Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3
I will.
here. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get
I'll tell you my play on
football
defense
first
and
as the
offense.
3rd quarter gets underway.
It's 24-0.
Return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the 2nd half will commence from the 30-yard line.
All right. So I'm not going to score a touchdown right now. If I do, you admit you're wrong.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now Hurts changing up the play. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 3rd and 2. Now they'll change things around before the snap. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
A gain of 6. And an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Now a 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39.
That's good for Eagles. First down. First and 10 at the
They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking
I thought you said nothing deep.
Dropped at the 1.
I thought you said nothing deep.
Pickup of
He bounced.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. Achane here. They stay on the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 8. Tua going to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So he stopped for no gain. And 3rd and 8 now.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. A run straight ahead with Achane. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
Now Tua on the bootleg here. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes...
Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Jake Elliott is out ready to kick this one away. And away we go at the link. And this will be a touchback. So
you
we're
got a
going to need
chance
our first
now
snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Chubb. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Milton Williams making the stop. Here's Chubb on 2nd down. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Chubb again on 2nd down. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
First down, and they go right back to him. Runs inside the 35. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. Hopkins knocks the extra point through. And the Browns will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. 1 They'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Right to the air, it's Hurts. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Getting out to his left. And that one's unsuccessful.
Well, that throw, Kate, pretty clean out of his hand. Just looked like it didn't get through the defense clean enough. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Back to throw, Hurts. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A gain of 7. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, Hurts. He's got it to his running back. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Working quickly here.
That's good for an Eagles. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On 1st down, Hurts. That pass complete to Goddard. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
2nd and 3. Brought in right side. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's good for another Eagles. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's another carry for Barkley. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles finish off their opening drive. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front. Receivers got to block on the perimeter. They all get it done, and the big chunk run follows.
And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And off to Chubb to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
The gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3 at
From the 37. Fits it through the middle. And he works this to the 38 before going down. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first. New set of downs for him at the 38. They give inside to Chung. And he ranges forward to the 31 before they bring him down. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
2nd and 3 now. From the 31. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. Picked up by Nakobe Dean.
You got a lot to learn, bro.
Hit his tight end there, but a defender anticipated it, got a hand on it, and it is picked up.
Yeah, I think this defenses today have figured it out. There's a lot of good tight ends, and they can be mismatch makers, so you better have an awareness and coverage of where those tight ends are. This defense did, and boy, what a big play to take that ball away.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line.
A loss of 6 brings up 2nd and 16 at the 27-yard line.
Another try following the sack. He's on the move. And the nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line.
It's now 3rd and 3.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Hurts to throw. Barkley's got it. Still has some space inside the 35. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
He rolls to his right. He's running with it. And they take this in for the score. The Eagles get some late points and the lead.
Coach, you said you saw everything.
Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Intended target there was David Njoku. And now they face second down. Back to the air, Watson. Jerry Jeudy with the grab. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its second. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Play action, it's Watson. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Eagles take possession.
That was a user
of the
very
football.
also, by the way.
Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
First down throwing for Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the 39. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Intercepted in the end zone. Denzel Ward makes the play. And the Browns will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception. Down to 12 seconds before halftime as they come to the line. Here's Watson, 1st and 10. He's throwing deep to the left side. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Picked off Reed Blankenship. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception and give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
Throwing it just before halftime. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Here comes the final play of our first half. A final throw before the break. Chased out to his right. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
Round 7.
Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Choosing to bring it out deep in the end zone. They stop him right as he gets up past the 15. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. He's got Devontae Smith. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. First down, a run with Barkley. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle. Offense up to the line fast.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 40 on 2nd down. Forced out to his right. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. And it's 3rd down. Now Hurts. Able to get it to Barkley. Get some space around midfield. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Offense in the hurry up here.
More yards. That's another Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Hurts now from the gun. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Hurts trying again on second down. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
On third down, it's Hurts. That's Smith on the slant. That's the first down, and he's still going. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Watson to the air. Has it downfield, working the left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First and 10, here's Watson. Into the hands of Elijah Moore. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. Watson now. To the right and pulled in by Judy. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop. Second and 6 coming up here. Sticking to the air with Watson. And they pick him off again. Cooper to Jean in to pick it off. And the Eagles get it back on the final play of the quarter. A nice takeaway to end that third quarter. And they're going to have a new possession waiting to start the fourth. This one not out of reach quite yet.
At least you ain't get shut out this time.
It's a two-score game to begin the fourth. First and 10 from the 41. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the 32. Finds him over the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
That's good for an Eagles. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Hurts throwing again. That pass caught by Dotson. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for Eagles. First down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
On first down, Hurts. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes, incomplete.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Second down, Hurts throwing again. On the move, headed right. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles feeling good with a 14-point advantage. Third down, 1 yard to go. Here's Hurts. Vacates quickly left side. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now they're left with 4th and short. They'll run for it with Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And they get to him just in time. That's a tackle for the stand and a turnover on downs. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from near his own goal line. Moore's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. From the gun, Watson. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver. So 2nd down coming up.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to the air, Watson. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Need to work as quick as you can here, Brock. 2 timeouts left, down 2 scores. It's 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Watson. He sends this one to the end zone. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. And the Eagles will take over along the midfield stripe after a terrific return on top of that interception.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Buys time, rolling right. And before he can get rid of it, he runs out of bounds. Could have just tossed it incomplete, Brock, but instead takes the sack and a big loss.
You know, in that situation, as hard as it is and everything flying around you, you just got to get rid of the ball. You got to know where you are. Not just wide receivers that always got to know the boundary. Running backs and quarterbacks do. Looked like we saw a little bit of panic, hence going out for the sack.
Makes the grab in bounds, left side. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that makes this a 3-score game.
We got ourselves a 3-score game now after that make. It's got to feel like it's going to just about do it with any hopes of a comeback still smoldering. I think these kickers enjoy those opportunities, Kate, to be the one to kick this lead out of range.
First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Eagles will take over along the midfield stripe after the interception and return.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He's a play caller. He was an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Officials signaling for a timeout, and with 5 seconds remaining, just one last play left in this one.
Take a drive from downtown along Broad Street. You run into Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles here in South Philadelphia. It's Jake Elliott ready to get this one kicked off. And we're underway here in South Philly. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. First carry for Saquon Barkley. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He keeps it himself.
That's a smart play. 2nd down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable 3rd down.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. They pick up 17 through the air. 1st down, Philadelphia. Hurts to throw. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Saquon. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Once again, it's Barkley. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down. To throw is Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
They run out of the gun with Barkley. And the Eagles are going to have it 1st and goal. He'll take this one down to about the 3-yard line. Here's Barkley. He slams it in there, and he is in. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Britton Covey now on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And he's going to be brought down on what will... So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. To throw, Hurts. This one is caught by Dotson. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down. They'll try to run here with Barkley. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They're indeed going. It's Hurts. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
You know, Mike, there's a lot of coaches out there who believe that an aggressive style of offense is your best chance of winning. Now, this takes it a little bit to the extreme, but I think this is something that we're going to continue to see as this game unfolds.
And he's out of of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. That's to the right side, and incomplete.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. They get 14 yards and set up 1st and goal. They'll run with Barkley. And he's going to get stopped in the backfield. They'll take him down at the 3-yard line. On 2nd down, Hurts. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Elliott now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Eagles move out on top, 14-0. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. For the return, here comes Britton Covey. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now, Hurts. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. The open receiver is Dotson. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. Hurts to the air on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. To the air again. Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. Under pressure, he's going to go down again. They've sacked him for a 2nd consecutive time. His last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Throwing is Hurts. It is brought in the end zone.
You know, we spend so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the 1st half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. On play action, Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this 1st half will come to an end. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this 2nd half. Coming up Covey now on the return. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. To throw is Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Throwing is Hurts. Going for it all. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. 2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to third down and 10. Here's Hurts. And they're going to get to him. He is sacked. There is a penalty marker on the field. Let's check the call first. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for first and 10. Now it's Hurts. Pressured, gets there, and down he goes. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's second and 11.
At the 34-yard line.
Here's Hurts. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
On first down, they'll go with an option right. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
The tackle made back at the 47-yard line.
A second down throw for Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. His offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Downfield is caught by Brown. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Set to go now on first and 10. Now Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. Second down and 3. From out of the gun, they give it to Barkley. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. So we are through. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. And they'll throw here with Hurts. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
It's a pickup of 12 as they wind up